Back. Hello and welcome to day 16 of 30 days of teaching you how to teach abroad. Today I'm going to be talking about classroom management, which is an important aspect of teaching regardless of whatever country you are in. You need to have your classroom management on lock. So we're just gonna hop right into it. The biggest thing that I would say for classroom management is not gonna be some reward system. It's not gonna be Class Dojo. It is going to be your routines and expectations for your students. In the beginning of the year, you have to be very clear about your expectations. Students need to know that this is what is expected of them. In addition with that, you have to practice the routines in your classroom. Expectations, practice routines, they go together real bad, real bad. So for example, my expectation for my students when we're getting ready to line up and go in the hallway, they line up quickly in a straight line. They're walking behind each other. We're not touching the walls. We're not doing any of that. There are other classes going on. We go over all of that together. And they come up with those ideas on their own. I'm not barking this at them, right? Make your classroom expectations together, but kind of guide them where you want them to go. But they have knowledge that's already there, okay? You gotta kind of trick them a little bit to make it think it was their idea. But really, you already knew what was going on. Anyways, once you have that expectation, you discuss that routine, practice it. In the beginning of the school year, no matter where I've taught at, I practice lines with my kids. And it may sound crazy, it may sound weird, but I mean legitimately carving out time to walk up and down the hallway. How do we walk in the classroom? How do we walk to the gym? How do we walk to PE? What does that look like? What does that sound like? Okay, what should students be doing? What am I doing? They need to have clear expectations and routines in order to be successful. So I suggest you take those first few weeks, maybe even a little bit longer, to clearly set out your expectations and practice those routines, no matter how silly it sounds. Practice getting up and coming down to the carpet. Practice getting our lunches. Practice raising our hands. If you watched my day in the life the other day, you saw me doing a call and response, practicing those things, literally telling the kids, when I say this, you're gonna respond this way. This is the expectation. Now let's practice. Give them time to talk. LISTEN. That was excellent. Let's try it again. Practicing over and over again. Kids need repetition. They need to understand the expectations. They need to practice. You can't just say something once and expect your students to get it. You have to give them a chance to practice. So my biggest classroom management tip, before we get into the other little fun cutesy stuff, routines, clear expectations go together real bad. And on top of that, you need to be practicing those things, okay? Let me know if you want me to make a video more in depth about that, because I feel like people think classroom management is just like, oh, sticker chart, da-da-da. It starts with your routines and your expectations. Now, I still will give you a few cutesy things that have worked for me throughout the years that I really enjoy doing. The first one is actually a new one that I just started, and I wish I could find the lady's blog who it is. It's called The Secret Student. So again, if you watched my day in the life video, you saw us releasing the secret student, and my students really enjoy it. So basically what it is you pick a student at the beginning of the day, you write their name on the board, you cover it up, you don't tell the kids who it is, you watch that student for maybe you're focusing on a special skill, someone who is working really hard, someone who is participating, being a good friend, whatever that may be. At the end of the day, if that student is successful with whatever the goal was, they get a prize. You can come up with that with your students and work that out however you want to, but my girls absolutely eat it up. They love getting a chance to be the secret student, and it keeps them on their toes. The second one is my mystery walker. I've been doing this for years. I pick a random student stick and I watch that student as we go down the hallway. Are they walking in line? Are they staying quiet? Are they focused? Are they paying attention to where we're going? If that person does a really good job, they get some kind of prize in our classroom. They also love the mystery walker. And then the third thing I would say is not really a cutesy thing, but building that classroom community. I absolutely love morning meetings. If you haven't read up about that or thought about it, I highly recommend implementing it. It gives us a chance to greet each other, say hello, talk about, what we're going to do in the day, do a little bit of review, sometimes play a little bit of a game. It just makes sure that everybody is heard and seen in the beginning of the day, to make sure that everybody understands that they are a part of the classroom community and that they are valued, which kind of goes again with the beginning part of routines and clear expectations, right? Setting that classroom community. So these are my tips for classroom management that I feel like could be used abroad and at home. anywhere you're teaching in the world. I hope this video was helpful. Come back tomorrow for day 17.